Hello, beautiful people. How are you all doing today? Hope you guys are doing well. So, someone reached out to me a few days back and said, Milton, I have 3.5 million CFA francs. I do not have a sponsor. Where can I travel to in Europe? And in this video, I'm going to be giving you some countries in Europe, and I will also be telling you if 3.5 million can carry you to these various countries or not. I will also be telling you some countries that if you have just 3.5 million CFA francs, I'm going to put the equivalents in euros on the screen. Please do not go to those countries. Rather, go to the other ones I'm going to mention. Then I will also talk about some countries that I know that the amount of money is not enough to carry you to these countries. Now, if you are new here, my name is Milton Fonkwa. I'm a Cameroonian international student. I currently live and study in the Netherlands. Please like this video, share the video, and support the movement. Thank you so much. So the first country I want to talk about on the list is called Albania. Now, as an international student, do I support the fact that you should go to Albania if you have 3.5 million? I know Albania is not either in the Schengen or EU. It's in one, but it's not in one. However, this is a country that is not that top up there. Okay, when I say it's not that top up there, I mean that this particular country is not of the quality of the big boys. But if you are going to Albania with the main aim that you want to go and study, stay back, get permanent residency, and then get citizenship in future, then I will not encourage you to go. But rather, you can go to the next countries I am going to talk about right now. But if you are going to Albania that you want to go and work, maybe earn some money for yourself, if you do not have enough support that is looking up to you, like if you do not have so many responsibility or so many people depending on you, okay, and then if your target is to get permanent residency and citizenship in future, Albania is not the best country. I will suggest that you stay back, raise more money, add it to the 3.5 million you have, then you go to a good country. However, also understand that if you are the only one to sponsor yourself and all you have is 3.5 million and you are thinking, oh, things might change. Yeah, things are changing. But with all these things, I always put studies and work, stay back visa after you finish your study program, then get permanent residency and subsequently citizenship. Albania is not the best option. But if you are going for a job, if you have a full-time job and you know it is legit, then Albania is a place you should go, because I believe as a Cameroonian, as a Nigerian, as a Ghanaian, the salary is going to be way bigger than that of their home country, or if you were not doing anything. So you can consider this. I hope you understand this from both angles. Now, the next country I want to talk about is Austria. Now, you should understand that Austria is a first world country, a country that is well developed, good infrastructure, good roads, and also to study in Austria, it entails a lot. Now, when I say it entails a lot, I do not mean that you are going to spend a huge sum of money. Of course, relax, I am coming. You have to spend money, but it is not the way most people think. The reason is simple. Schools in this country, they are not that expensive. As a matter of fact, public universities in Austria do not charge more than 800 euros. I have videos I did before on the channel and I'm still going to update you here. So in case you are thinking of moving and your money is 3.5 million, then Austria is a place you should target. This is what you should do. Understand that the procedure is tedious. Now, first thing first, you need to authenticate your documents. You need to verify the documents and you need to legalize them. This process takes a lot of time, and also finance is involved. You need to spend a lot of money. Depending if you are moving alone or with family, again, that is where the money part comes into play. So check the videos, then follow them up. Now, if you are able to do this, remember, this money you are spending is not inside the 3.5 million. This process may take over 8 months, but right now, the main issue is going to be appointments. But again, after you've done all of this with your documentation, please check the videos on the channel. You have to go forward to apply for universities. Now, like I said, when you are doing application, you will notice that most international students can only pay about 724 and not up to 800 euros per semester in Austria. Now, that is a big advantage for you because at the end of the day, you do not spend much on tuition fee. And of course, the main problem in Austria is definitely going to be accommodation. But trust me, if you succeed and enter into Austria, you are good to go. Now, when you get admissions, you have to go to visa stage. Visa stage is not going to be that complicated again because you already did the procedure for your documentation or for your documents. Your documents are now legalized. All you need to do is to look for visa equipments. Equipments here, I mean documents. You book an appointment, you go to the embassy. But another problem is going to be the embassy appointment or booking the appointment because you might not have a date early enough. However, if you succeed with this, you now need proof of funds. This is the biggest flex of this. Remember, if you're moving to Austria in 2025, this year I mean, you have to pay attention to proof of funds. The money have increased. And when you check the proof of funds to study in Austria, you will notice that you need to have this amount of money in your bank account. For the complete video on proof of funds, check our latest videos. I did an updated version of that few weeks back. Now, understand that this money, according to the Austrian authorities, you need to put it in your bank account. But if you do not have the money in your bank account, you have a running account, there is a way you can do this, right? Remember, your target is 3.5 million. Now, what you can do is maybe you speak to some people, maybe uncles, family members, friends, and relatives to give you the money. Maybe if they can borrow the money to you, you gather it. Remember, you have to start this process early. You build the account early. Now, when they get you this, you deposit it slowly in until you get the total amount of money. Please, only do it with people who can trust you, people you trust, because outside is very dirty now. Now, when you do all of this, you gather the documents to prove where you are getting your money. Remember, you are also doing a business, or probably you have a property you sold to get that 3.5 million because the embassy is going to ask you for documentation or for documents to prove this. When you gather all your documents, you apply for the visa. When you get the visa, you can now move to Austria. The most difficult part for Austria is just the waiting time for the documentation and, of course, booking the appointments. This is what you can do. Now, remember, you got those monies from those people with just what? Your 3.5 million. Maybe if you guys talk on a commission, or maybe they borrowed for you for interest, or you did it on an interest rate. Now, you can now pinch part of that your 3.5, pay them immediately you get your visa. After you arrive Austria, everything is now cool. You are not going to get problems applying for your study permit because, of course, I believe the most difficult part is only when you are in Africa. Do you understand? Or when you are still back home. So this is a technique or a trick many people are using. They will not tell you. Now you can do it with Austria. Now, I am going to go to another country, the Netherlands. If you intend to study in the Netherlands, if you want to study in the Netherlands, my channel is the library you have to check. And remember, if you have 3.5 million, it may not suffice enough. But this is what you can do with 3.5 million. Remember, when you are applying for universities, you should understand that in the Netherlands, you have to pay a tuition fee for 1 year, your living cost for 1 year, your medical insurance for 1 year, and your visa application fee to some universities before they can apply for your visa. Always remember that it is your university bringing you to the Netherlands, and therefore they would be the one to apply for your visa. On the other hand, understand that there are equally universities that when you get admission, all they want to see in your account is an account in your name, okay, a bank statement in your name with money inside equivalent to your tuition fee for 1 year, living cost for 1 year, visa fee, and of course, visa application, medical insurance. Now, when you show them this account, this bank statement, they can then do your visa for you. Now, other universities in the Netherlands, when you get admissions in them, they can then tell you, okay, pay us tuition fee for 1 academic year. Then the balance for your living cost, we want to see it in an account in your name. Now, examples of universities you should check that do this process, check Haas University, check Hans University of Applied Sciences, University of Leiden, and of course, University of Amsterdam. Now, remember, for those universities that will ask you to pay everything to their account in the form of a blocked account, your 3.5 cannot qualify you. Now, those that will ask you for a bank statement with everything in your name, then I think your 3.5 can qualify you if you do the same procedure. But remember, if you are trying to get money from friends, families, and other people, it's gonna be very problem. Like, you may not even succeed because nobody is willing to do anything for anybody now. But again, with the right people by your side, with people who can trust you, you have to be somebody they can trust as well. Because if you are not trustworthy, nobody is gonna trust you. People who can trust you, they know you again. So please think about this, and also understand that if they trust you and you work on an interest rate, then you are good to go. But if you are chasing those schools, you have to do all the deposits in their account, you may not succeed. Now, understand that in the Netherlands, you can only work 16 hours a week. If you are taking such a visa or taking such a risk, you should understand that the maximum you can earn per month is between 900 euros to 1,200 as an international student. You may not be able to work, and also to get a job depends on the city you are going to study. And again, sometimes the jobs are available, but you may not have the time to work because, of course, academic first. If you do not go to school here, after some time, your residence permit will be revoked and you will be given a quick notice to leave the country. So you have to note this before you come. Now, let's go to the next country. I gave you a couple of universities to pay attention to. There is another one called Haas Academy. To those of you asking for vocational training programs or vocational programs, check this university called Haas Academic. Academy, not academic. Okay, there is somebody I know who is coming to this school. I think they have things related to business and agriculture, so they are merging the two together. How do you get all these universities in the Netherlands? You go to study in the Netherlands.nl. You type it on Google, then you will be able to search based on the type of university if you want. Do you want to go to research universities or applied science universities? Do you want to stay in Amsterdam, Rotterdam, Utrecht, or you want to go to a place like Leiden and Groningen? It depends on you. You can search from that particular link. Now, we are going to talk about another country which is quite affordable, but the problem is the visa application. And with your 3.5 million CFA francs, you can move to this country. But the problem now is going to be appointment issues. But those who are not from Central Africa, Central or West Africa, if you are somewhere around East Africa, North Africa, South Africa, then you should check out this country. It is Czech Republic. Universities in Czech Republic are quite cheap and affordable, but again, understand that the process can be daunting. And one problem we in West Africa, I say we because I come from West Africa, and most international students from West Africa, they have this same issue, is that they are not going to get appointments. Appointments is really a big issue because the embassy takes some particular group of people, like they have a particular number they take per month. So it's going to be very difficult for you from West Africa, from Central Africa. But those from North Africa and other areas around Africa, it's not that complicated because, of course, the greatest population, like the highest population, come from West and Central Africa because there is only one embassy in Nigeria, and the entire Nigeria plus Cameroon plus the other people also goes to this same embassy is Czech Republic. If you have a way, check universities in Czech Republic. But again, I want to assure you that it's not going to be easy. The process is quite daunting because of this appointment issue. So if you are from West and Central Africa, Czech Republic is not a place for you to consider. Okay, I'm going to talk about other countries that you should pay attention to. And do not forget that for you to migrate to Europe, you need to be perfect. You need to be patient. You need to put in a lot of work. A lot is involved here. And if you're somebody who is going to easily give up, please, it is never going to be easy. Okay, I am here to encourage you because I've been in this journey before, and I keep encouraging people, telling people that it is not easy, but you have to try. Before I came to the Netherlands, I saw Schengen. You guys know what Schengen is, right? But again, did I give up? I didn't give up. Did I struggle? I struggled. Did I actually? There were days that I didn't do anything. But again, I kept moving one step at a time. So I'm here to tell you that 3.5 million may not take you to certain countries, and it can take you to certain countries if you plan early enough, if you are strategic, and if you have the right people by your side. Do not forget that nobody owes you anything. So do not be angry because nobody is doing anything to help you. But again, like I said, with the right people, with the right mindset, with the right push, you are good to go. I hope this helps you. We meet again in another video. Bye bye.